Hello.
No. Hi,
Hey,
Amit.
hey, how are
Is
you?
it okay to call you Amit?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Call me Amit. And your name is Jesh Karan?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Okay. Or Karan. I can call you Karan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Current is fine.
Okay. Okay. So, Karan, can you speak loudly a little bit?
Yes. Mm, I actually have like headphones on. I think I'll remove these.
So, Karan, can you tell me about yourself, your background, what you are interested in, what you're looking for? So, just a brief conversation for next 2 3 minutes, so that I can get some idea from you.
Yes. My name is Jaskaran. I am a second year PhD student at Oregon State University. I'm majoring in material science.
Mm-hmm.
I work on bulk metallic glasses and high entropy alloys. So they are new structural materials that are coming up
Mm-hmm.
and which have much better properties than the conventional metals and alloys that you see around.
Okay.
I've published quite a number of papers even during my undergrad and as well as during my graduate studies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly looking for R&D jobs, specifically like at a national lab or at a company. Although I am a teaching assistant right now, but I'm like, to be honest, I'm not too interested in teaching just because I don't have patience. So I'm more into like solving problems. So I feel like the industry would be a good fit for me. And also I've done some internships. So based on that, I kind of feel like an industry is a good like field. To go into industry is something that I would like to do once I complete my PhD.
Okay. And are you sure you're gonna finish it next year?
Yes, because I had my program meeting last week, which was kind of a qualifying exam.
Mm-hmm.
So the graduate representative, like, and the committee, they suggested that based on the progress that I've made, I can take my prelims in the fall itself. Although I'd planned to take it in winter and then defend my thesis around like summer or fall maybe, depending on like how much gap I can have between my prelims and my defense.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like two more papers that are coming up that I'll be publishing pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
So I will have sufficient material to write my thesis and also present it. So in that sense, I feel I will be able to complete it by 2021. If not, maybe like 6 months more, not more than that.
So maybe August 21, May 2021, or not, or maximum it
At
can go to
least,
December
at least
2020.
July. At least July 2021, not before that.
Oh, July, or maximum it can go to December 2021, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And one of the reasons why I would like to complete it early is because from the beginning, I did not have an RA-ship. So I've always been a teaching assistant and I get paid through the department. My professor doesn't have a grant or any funding
Mm-hmm.
that he can provide me with.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why I'm also facing trouble now during summer because he doesn't have funding and I'm uncertain about like whether I'll get a TA ship or not. So that is the only reason why I'm looking for internships.
Is your department has told you anything that you are not sure?
So the thing is, I contacted the representative who looks into all the teaching assistant positions,
Right.
and he said they haven't met. They haven't had a meeting yet, so he doesn't have all the information.
Mm-hmm.
But once they have a meeting, all the faculties together, they will like he can provide me with some more information. But as it is, like the courses that are like floated during the summer, they're not that many. So in that sense, I'm not sure whether I'll get
So
a TA ship or not.
so you are just worried about the summer, or you're worried about the fall?
No, so from fall to spring, it is for sure that students in the material science department, because it's a small, it's not even a department, it's a program
Mm-hmm.
within mechanical engineering. So there are very few students, and it's like for sure that we do get TA ships for like 9 months. So we have a contract that we sign at the beginning of fall that's for like 9 months. So in that sense, I'm kind of sure about that, but it's only about summer. And then I'm also looking at opportunities so that excuse me, if I do an internship during summer, I can look to convert it into like a full time once I graduate. So I'm also kind of looking into that, but I haven't received any responses from anyone I have applied to.
Okay, I got a good idea now. Okay, let's walk through your issue then.
Yes.
One thing I would say about your email that I got, that I felt you are in a state of panic.
Yes.
So I would say don't be in the state of panic. You are not in the worst situation in the world right now, because there are many things going on in terms of
Mhm.
career. I'm not talking about in terms of health. In terms of career, people are losing their job. There are many things going on. So you have not even seen those sort of a things. Even just today, I have interviewed. I have did counsel for two people who lost their job today, this
Oh,
week. So
that's bad.
I would say don't be in the state of panic, because you
Okay.
are in the best situation. You are what I say institutionalized. You are much secure. Once you are out, then the real world starts after that. Okay, so don't be
Okay.
in the state of panic. That's number one. So let's walk you through your problem now. I would definitely say you have done some good work in your university at Shiv Nadar as well as at OSU. I think you have done some good publication and all that. Yeah, so your resume and everything looks good. But I think your approach is wrong, in my opinion. I think
Okay.
you are overestimating what you can get.
Okay.
You understand my point? So you think you can get these things, which in my opinion is your expectation is much high from what you have, which I'm not saying you don't have, but your expectations are much high, which is good thing. But are they realistic or not? That's the point.
Okay.
Okay. So there are two things. They say you once you have to climb a ladder, you have to look up, right? You can't climb a ladder by looking downward. So that's a good approach. But what I'm trying to also tell you that your goals should be realistic also. And what I
Okay.
mean by realistic is, uh, you know, you have not faced many things right now, which once you are in a job that you face. And one of the biggest problem that people have in general, forget this coronavirus thing, what's going on right now, is the visa. You
Okay.
have not even faced that problem yet, and it's and you will figure it out that this is one of the biggest challenge anybody faces. I have faced it. Okay, when I had my share of problems, this was the biggest challenge I faced. Not that I didn't have publications, not that I
Mm.
didn't have anything. I had a lot of publications. I published a lot. I did many things just like you. I did. I thought I was doing everything all right, but then the problem came from somewhere else, not from what I was doing it.
Okay.
So your goals has to be realistic. Okay. As far as I know, uh, if you are looking for a internship position at any national labs or NASA or things like that, one of the question is, while applying for jobs, postdoc at NASA and all that, should I write the professor scientist? You're not gonna get those positions because those
Okay.
are for citizens.
Okay.
Okay, so don't try.
Mm. Okay.
So that's what I meant by realistic.
Mm-hmm.
You have to apply for those positions who are open for international students.
Okay.
Don't waste your time by sending emails.
Mm-hmm.
There are some circumstances where where someone has made some decision that can we allow this student. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't see in your case. I don't see that you have a strong backup from your advisor,
Okay.
or so-called that you are already working on a project with NASA. Do you understand my
Mm-hmm.
point?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
There are times where somebody has made some of those sort of a decisions, but in my 15 years of career, I have not seen it. I have heard, I have not seen it. Maybe a couple of cases. There was a friend in Caltech who had that, but he was already working with JPL. So things
Okay.
are different in those cases. But as I said, most of the time those positions and those things are for citizens because they require some national security clearance. So you will not get it.
Okay.
Um, and also, you have really long way to go right now that you should be worried about postdoc right now.
Hmm.
So I think it's a waste of time discussing with you that what you can do for a postdoc right now. All you should do is focus on your PhD and publish as much as you can.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Hmm.
Nothing else. Because that is the
Okay.
only thing that will help you to get a postdoc, even in MIT or even at Stanford or even in any national lab. Nothing else.
Okay.
Okay, so that's number one. So focus, put your energy in somewhere where you really should be. You really should be,
Okay.
because that, as I said, panic is not a good thing. Um, I will also say that let's talk about your summer thing, right? Summer internship and all that. I think that's your biggest challenge that is coming up right now.
Yes.
The issue with that, what I see that I think your CV is excellent, and I think you should get something if you are
Yeah.
applying to a right industry.
You were cutting out. I'm sorry. I
Hello?
think the part which you said previously that just got cut out. So could you repeat that, please?
Yeah, sure. So what I'm saying is, I think you have a good CV. You have done everything
Okay.
right, so you should be proud of it.
Thank
And
you.
in my opinion, if you are applying at the right place, you should be able to get something. You
Okay.
should be able to get. But the problem right now is this: with coronavirus, the situation is changing very drastically.
Hmm.
And there are that people, they have offered jobs and internship. Right now everything is in limbo. Nobody knows what's going to happen.
Okay.
I mean, those people who have already had their internship by now, because they have already, because any interview you do, you have to travel, right? Right now
Hmm.
travel is banned, so nobody can hire unless until HR makes a decision that the hiring now will be made in video conferencing. That's a separate issue. Everybody is scrambling right now, so
Hmm.
nobody has made any sort of that sort of a decision.
Okay.
But I will say for sure is keep applying.
Hmm.
Apply in all sort of an industry, whether it's automotive, like GE, GM, Tesla, all those companies. Um, and if you find even semiconductor industry, I would say
Okay.
you can do that. Look at Oak Ridge National Lab. They offer summer program. I know that it's called summer hire program for students or something. And by the way, Oak Ridge is the only place who hires non-US citizen for postdoc as well as interns.
Okay.
Nobody else. I did my postdoc at Oak Ridge, so I know that. And I know many students
Okay.
who have done their internship in summer, but I don't know whether the time has passed. That I don't know.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
because usually these things come in January, February, so
Hmm.
you may be very well late for that.
And just to jump in on this, so I've been applying to a lot of national labs since last year. So I've applied to Pacific Northwest National Lab. So they have, because we are in Pacific Northwest, so they have like some people, faculty working
Uh-huh.
here at Oregon State. I've applied to Idaho National Lab. So they had come here and I talked to some of the recruiters. So they had asked me to applied to Idaho, and then for semiconductor industry, they had come for my career fair. I kind of like, I wouldn't say an interview, but we had a pretty long chat about what I do, and they also tested some of the things that I know, like my
Mm-hmm.
knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, they said like we have everything that we need, but it will be better if you can go online and apply again. And they did not reply back for anything.
I mean, as I said, what you're telling me is a typical thing that happens to any student.
Yes. Yes.
You're not telling me something new. It has happened to me, same thing. 10 years
Uh,
back, it will happen to you. Or that's what they say all the time.
okay.
And that's the only way to get hiring. Nobody says, "Oh, here is your resume. Why don't you call him?" Nobody. It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Okay, you have to go online, put your resume, and from there, the selection process starts. That's a normal process.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't think that anybody, if he's being he has spoken more with you or talk more with you, mean that he's gonna ask you to come and join it unless and until you have alumni